In the abbreviated words of icon, legend, and star Turing, boom! A good episode of Drag Race.
Boom, Turing.
Anyway, welcome. I don't know what that accent was. Welcome to the Cup, the currently unnamed podcast where we put the tea in reality. You can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy, Say Something Gay. Gay, here drinking the remnants of what was a blackberry citrus sparkling water in the only cup that was clean in my house. That wasn't a coffee mug. So that's how we're doing.
And I'm Eris Envy, your punk rock hairy Mary from York. And in the words of, I don't know where BB Rexa is from, in the words of poet laureate BB Rexa,
American?
could have been the one. She's American.
I think.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. But in the words of BB Rexa, said she could have been the one for me. But he ended up loving alcohol more than this pussy. Drinking just a Yorkshire tea.
She's from Brooklyn.
Heights?
New York.
Brooklyn Heights.
Anyway.
I don't know how would one go around impersonating Brooklyn Heights?
If she's not from Brooklyn. Oh.
You're just gonna be pumped.
Oh yeah, you have to get loads of work done, let it settle, and then just be a bitch on Canadian television.
And we love her for it.
We do. We are back. Drag Race Philippines, episode 6. A much better episode than the last one.
Yay! Yeah, this was really enjoyable. I will say though, and like Drag Race Philippines fans, please don't shoot me. These episodes are so fucking long.
Oh, I personally love and hate the feature-length films that we're getting every week from Drag Race Philippines.
An hour and a half.
Plus, it's literally like 2 hours a week. And like, right now, honestly, I'm cool with it, given the fact that like this and Secret Celebrity Drag Race, for the time being, are the only Drag Race franchises. At the time we're filming, Drag Race UK comes out in like 2 days. Very excited for that. Don't get me wrong. But this week in particular, I was like, you know what? It's okay. But then I was watching the episode, and I'm just going to start out by saying, I think the Snatch Game was great.
It was a very good Snatch Game.
I don't understand why they didn't edit down the Snatch Game.
Yeah, the Snatch Game was a little bit too long for me.
The world's longest Snatch Game.
It was like 5 or 6 questions, and most Snatch Games are free.
Well, and I went back and watched. There's 2 people where they show every single response that they gave.
And those people are?
Viñas and Xilhouete.
Makes sense.
It definitely does. We'll talk about their characters, but yeah,
because as a Xilhouete stan, I was very happy this episode.
We're very content with this episode. We'll talk about this episode. I am honestly pretty happy with everything that happened.
Yeah, me too.
We'll talk about it.
I was on board for almost everything.
So we come back into the workroom. Lady Morgana with feelings is gone.
Oh, with feelings. She's gone. Oh.
I'm still very sad. Everybody's sad.
I was talking to one of my new co-workers at my new job. Because we were kind of talking about Drag Race, and I had learned that she's from the Philippines. So I started talking to her about like Drag Race Philippines, and I asked her where she was from. So she's also a Bisaya speaker.
Oh, yay!
And I hadn't the heart to tell her at that point. The 2 people who spoke Bisaya on Drag Race were gone. I told her that they were there. I didn't tell her they had left. I
mean, it's probably for the best.
I hope you're flourishing at uni, Abby.
Yes, Abby. But yes, everybody's sad that Lady Morgana is gone, but honestly, nothing much happens in this little segment here. We go to next day in the workroom, and the Ru mail. I also want to, before I move on, I want to say, the biggest thank you in the entire world to Rob and Char, who keep putting out these reference videos, and as an ignorant American, highly appreciate all of the work you do. Their channel will be linked below, so please check out their reference videos if you have literally any questions about any of the references that have happened this season on Drag Race Philippines. They get almost all of them. So thank you, Robin Char. But so they get the Ru mail, and Ru says this quote that clearly everybody reacted to a lot. You're nothing but a second-rate trying copycat. Come to find out that is from the, I'm gonna butcher the name of this movie and I'm so sorry. Between Walang Ning Ning, where basically this woman, like, it's very Shangela and Mimi I'm First in Untucked, where Shangela throws the drink. Like, that's literally the scene that happens.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was like a cute little callback. I thought that was cute. But we have Mama Pow walking into the work, or I guess Father Pow? Or just Pow?
Lady Miss Pow?
Lady Pow Pow.
Police Commissioner Pow.
Yes.
Oh god, are we going to start doing what we did to Lady Boom Boom?
Absolutely.
Paolo?
No, we're not going to do it. That is reserved specifically and only this year for Lady Boom Boom. Next year, different story. But this year, it's just Lady Boom Boom. But Pow walks into the workroom. Another week with no mini challenge. And I think that's honestly part of why the episode felt so long.
It wasn't as broken up. Like, did you notice that when they came back from Snatch Game, they immediately started getting ready for the runway?
Yes, I was going to talk about it because I guess everything is a one-day challenge now, which begs the question, like, how long was this season produced?
Because it was in the vault for a long fucking time.
Yeah. It filmed, I think, April of last year.
Yeah, so they waited, like, well over a year to air this.
Yeah. Because at this point, it's kind of making me think maybe this season was filmed in like 3 weeks or something. Because now we've had 2 back-to-back one-day challenges. The floral runway was a one-day challenge. So I'm like, how long did y'all take to produce this season? Jesus. But Pow announces that it is Snatch Game, and they call it something a little bit different. So Pow makes the reference to a popular Filipino game show called Game KNB or Game Kanaba. So she's like, Snatch Game Kanaba. And I thought that was a really cute reference. Hosted, the original version, funny enough, by Kris Aquino. I was like, oh, that's a funny coincidence.
My brain is empty. Can you please fill me in on that?
Kris Aquino was one of the characters that was done on Snatch Game, honey.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I watched this episode, like, what was it, yesterday? Oh, yeah, yesterday, when I should have been watching the Queen's funeral. Sorry, but there's about 7 queens that are more important to me right now, and they're on Drag Race Philippines.
Gagatondra. But yeah, so I thought that was a cute little reference that was made. We get a lot of talk in the workroom. Most people are like pretty secure in who they do. Everybody's got a couple backups because that's what you have to do. And no one really changes their character. Like, Pow comes around and talks to everybody, finds out some like alternate characters, but no one really changes their character or their initial idea for their character.
Yeah. Oh, no one is pushed to change their original character.
I really appreciated that from Pow, where Pow was just like, okay, so who else did you bring? Okay, cool. We'll just like feel confident in what you're doing and like make me laugh. And I really appreciated that. And I love that, unlike certain other hosts of this program, RuPaul, Pow isn't forcing anyone to like change their character. I guess, should we just dive into Snatch Game?
Sure.
I mean, we're there. So The Snatch Game contestants were John Santos, who we've seen before. He was the
pageant host, and he's been a guest judge. I think he, Raho, and the BJ. There we go. Like the Carson Kressley and Ross Matthews, except better dress sense.
Yeah, so we have John Santos, and we also have Joji Ding Song, who is a pretty famous talent manager in the Philippines. And he's actually the talent manager for Dr. Vicki Belo.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really fun as well. Just having him there. It felt very a la Brad Goreski with Rachel Zoe on Canada Season 2.
I would live and die for the guys. Bananas.
Babe. Bananas. But yeah, let's dive in. We talked about earlier, I thought overall this Snatch Game was really strong. By the end of it, I knew who the very clear bottom two were, and I thought everybody else did a pretty decent job. So
I agree. And you know what? I don't think the bottom two gave Trainwreck territory either.
No, I don't think.
We're
gonna go in order from where they were. So in the hot seat is Brigiding as Elizabeth. Go ahead.
I'm losing it at Precious just in the corner right here.
Oh, don't worry, because when we talk about Eva, the photo that Drag Race Philippines posted, Paula's also in that photo. We'll talk about it. So Elizabeth Ramsey is a comedian, singer, and actress. She is famous for her Bisaya. Sorry, words are hard today. She's famous for her Bisaya accent. She's regarded as the queen of rock and roll of the Philippines. And funny enough, she's the mother of Jaya, who Brigiding played in the OPM Divas, which I thought was a really fun connection. I don't know if that was intentional on the part of Brigiding, but Eris, what did you think of Brigiding's performance?
The first couple of lines were funny, and then it went downhill quite fast.
Yeah.
I think I agree with a lot of what was said. Brigiding was entering it in a very serious way or giving very serious answers. I think Brigiding needed to just have a little bit more fun with the character, because I feel like Elizabeth Ramsey is a fun character, at least from what my understanding of Elizabeth Ramsey. So I'm just kind of, it did not shock me when Brigiding ended up on the bottom for this.
Yeah, I think the biggest difficulty is the individual moments that Brigiding had. I thought were funny enough on a whole. However, you could tell she was thinking a lot about what she was doing, and she kind of got in her head a little bit. And we get a couple confessionals from her during Snatch Game, just being why am I in my head so much? Why is this happening?
Literally, she was like, "Oh, this is so bad. This is terrible." I was like, Beb, chill.
Beb. I think the makeup and the look are pretty spot on.
I agree. She had a very accurate depiction of her character. In fact, everyone did a pretty accurate depiction of their characters.
I mean, Filipino drag, one of the hallmarks of Filipino drag is impersonation. And I don't think anybody disappointed on the impersonation.
See, that's the thing though, because impersonation, this might just be because of the way drag has changed in the UK, but impersonation used to be such a staple of UK drag. It used to be that you pretty much had to have a character. It's kind of crazy to me how it's not like that anymore. But I still maintain that the UK Snatch Games have been brilliant.
Yeah.
This is a random thought I had. Imagine a British person who speaks Tagalog or Bisaya goes on Drag Race Philippines and does Gemma Collins with this panel of Snatch Game characters. Imagine that trying to work as a conversation.
I honestly, and I hate saying this because I love Gemma, but I feel like Gemma Collins can be put in the retired Snatch Game character category.
Real talk, who would you do for Snatch Game? We have this conversation every time we do Snatch Game.
Honestly, we have this conversation every time. I'm gonna pop this off screen for a second. It's difficult because I have a couple characters that I have in my mind. The first for me, and the one that I kind of always go back to, is Kirstie Alley.
Kirstie Alley. Mm-hmm.
Because I would do Weight Watchers specific Kirstie Alley and just scream, Fettuccine!
Come on, Kirstie Alley, before Dancing with the Stars.
Very that. And I can lean into the Scientology. I think it would be an interesting character to do, and I'm surprised no one's done it. Another person that I routinely think about is Brett Summers from the original Match Game. But I'm not sure if Match Game characters are off limits.
Well, no, didn't. Oh wait, I was going to say Paul Lynde.
Paul Lynde wasn't on.
He was on the circle, no, the square.
He was on Hollywood Squares. Because I think
Garrison. Sorry, I think that's a square.
I know. I think either Brett Summers or Charles Nelson Riley would be really, really good characters to do. Thinking more modern as well, I am a big fan of Colleen Ballinger, aka Miranda Sings.
Yes.
And people have brought Miranda Sings before, and it hasn't been
Versace.
Yeah. I think we talked about this with the Canadian Snatch Game, I think it was.
I think so, because I always say that my two that I can do the voice of are Cilla Black.
Cilla, yeah.
She's a journalist, ladies and gentlemen. She's not a secretary at all. You've robbed someone of going on a blind date. Meh, Tony Blair, I don't care. Or I probably couldn't do her unless I did the Scarlet Harlot interpretation of her, but Scary Spice, aka Mel B, because I have the same accent as Mel B because we're from Leeds. Yeah. Don't know why, but I really like Jasmine.
Oh my god.
That's my go-to quote.
Stick to Cilla. Stick to Cilla.
Stick to Cilla.
Stick to Cilla.
If I could do Catherine Ryan, I would totally do Catherine Ryan. I don't know if you're familiar, but she's a Canadian comedian who moved here to the UK, and her brand of humor is just really appreciated over here.
I love that. I think those are probably the characters that I gravitate towards. I think if I would bring a drag race queen, and I know it's kind of not PC to do a drag race queen anymore, but I would love to do Alyssa Edwards.
Oh, mama, I'm slaying the Hunty Stone.
My name is Alyssa Edwards, and this is Snatch Game. And just bring up Paranka and all of the stupid references. I think that would be really fun. But anyway, back to the Snatch Game. Oh fuck! It's this one. I forgot. Next up is Eva Le Queen as Rufa Mae Quinto. Now, Rufa Mae is a comedian and actress. She's literally known for her giant breasts. And in the early 2000s, a lot of her movies that she were in were literally, the titles were literally parodies on the fact that she has giant tits.
I love that for her.
And one of her catchphrases is go, 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 which Eva did bring up immediately in the Snatch Game. I thought this was really good. I was really happy for Eva.
Eva did a brilliant job in capturing the character of Rufa Mae. I was hypnotized. I think she really delivered the best of both worlds. I just thought she was fabulous.
Yeah, I thought she did a spectacular job. I had no clue who any of these people were going into Snatch Game, and Eva was one of the people that really sold me on okay, I understand who Rufa Mae is.
Agreed.
I thought her volleying with other people was really good. The accent work, I've listened to the way that Rufa Mae talks, and the accent work was on point.
Yeah, she really transformed her voice for this.
I was really, really happy that Eva was finally in the top. Like, thank Lord above, finally she's in the top again. Because she deserves it, and I love her. And I was very excited for Eva.
Eva Le Queen.
Eva Le Queen. Next up is Marina as Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, the former president of the Philippines. Now she had 2 terms. She had them broken up because the first one was after an impeachment of the person before her. And then she also served from, I think it was 2004 to 2010. And she's kind of most famous, and Marina brings it up multiple times. She's kind of most famous for a 2004 scandal where she was alleged to have rigged the election. And there's a clip of her on TV where she's just saying, "I am sorry," in the most like monotone, dead voice. I thought Marina did such a great job.
Marina was so fucking funny.
The neck brace too, referencing like how a lot of people thought that she like faked a disability. But this was masterful for me.
This is how you do Snatch Game. It was so funny from the beginning. And Gloria Macapagal Arroyo is like one of the few people I have some reference for.
Oh, okay.
Not a massive amount, but like I knew about like the kind of neck brace thing.
Uh-huh.
And the ugly haircut. So when like I saw Marina, I was just like, oh, this is gonna be fucking good. And I didn't expect Marina to be like so talented at impersonations or like the Snatch Game. But like Marina really, really fucking killed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the fact that she was next to Rufa May, she was able to volley a lot with Rufa May. I thought this was great. Just the voice inflection, the deadpan to camera, like Marina knew what she was doing, and it was really
when Marina when she asked if there was like a cash prize, and Paula was like no, and she took the brace off and got told people to get ready to move her out. She was like,
just
security,
kidding.
we're moving.
It was so fun.
I fucking loved it. This was such a good Snatch Game.
I agree.
We only had we're about to talk about the other one, but we only had really 2 stinkers on the entire panel.
Yeah.
Well, 2.5.
Well, 2.5. We'll talk about it. Because next up is Minty Fresh as Maria Sophia Love, who is a trans model. She's kind of famous for being a little scandalous on the social medias.
Ow. My shoulder still hurt.
I think the makeup and the look, spot on.
She just... So I didn't really know anything about Maria Sophia Love, but from what I've looked into, Minty could have taken this way, way further. And I think Minty's still sleepwalking a little bit. I really think that Minty needs to get it together, or the producers aren't going to be able to keep her around.
Yeah.
Minty reminds me of... I'm trying to think. A little bit of Max, if you get what I mean, where clearly talented, and in the start the producers are pushing them, but they're unable to give the producers what the producers want. So then the producers are probably going to start thinking of, okay, how do we get Minty out? Minty? Did I really just call her Minty Fresh? Minty. They're going to start thinking of ways to get rid of Minty.
Minty. Yeah, I thought the impersonation... Viñas, please, thank you. I thought the impersonation itself was spot on. It just wasn't funny.
Yeah.
She got her vocal inflection. Like I said, the look is spot on. She just wasn't able, and she even said she fucked up. She just wasn't prepared for it. Which I did appreciate, through the Untucked and through the critique and everything. She fully acknowledged, yeah, I just wasn't prepared. And like, I get it. Like, this is a challenge I knew I wasn't super prepared for. So I get it. like, it's not.
It's sad.
I understand. So
it's sad watching someone talented get in their own way. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
you know I love Minty, and I'm not normally the person to like clock tiny details like this, but the lace, lace, said in the same voice that Paula said, the shoes,
the shoes, lace. Yeah, I agree with you. Let's talk about Precious Paula Nicole as Charo Santos-Concio, who is a media exec and actress. She's most famous, and most of what Paula did as her reference was to the show Malala Mokaya, where it's a show, it's like a video anthology series where people can send in letters of like their life story. It's a really cool concept. We have something very similar. Well, we had something like that very similar in the US. I'm actually watching some of the videos right now for one of the classes I'm taking at uni, which is funny that like the correlation in my personal life.
We had something similar in the UK, but it was a radio show.
Oh, okay.
And it was kind of the Am I the Asshole before Am I the Asshole that existed.
Yeah, ours is The Story of Us. It's hosted by Katie Couric, or at least it was.
Kitty Scott Claus.
What?
It's hosted by Kitty Scott Claus.
I said Katie Couric.
Oh, if I said Kitty Couric, so I was like Kitty Scott Claus.
No, Katie Couric. I thought Paula did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I honestly.
I think she relied a little too much on the mole.
Yeah, so she dominated for the first kind of half of Snatch Game, and honestly, if it was only like they only showed 3 questions, they could have very easily have given Precious Paula Nicole the win.
I agree.
Yeah, I will say I thought the mole bit was like fucking hilarious, and that's coming from someone who has moles. I'm just gonna lean in for our viewers.
No one wants to see your moles.
First off, they're symmetrical. I think that's wonderful. I also have symmetrical moles on my ears. Why? Because my face is symmetrical, Logan. My face is symmetrical. Symmetry! But yeah, I thought Precious Paula was brilliant.
Yeah, I thought she was good. I definitely agree with where she placed. I'm gonna be honest, because I thought Eva, Marina, and Xilhouete were funnier. But I thought she was a very nice person to have in that front left spot. She kind of felt like it felt like the straight man character for everybody. Like people would bounce off of her, she would bounce back, and it was clean and it was polished and rehearsed, and like I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing when it comes to Snatch Game.
Yeah.
So, and we'll talk more in Untucked, but Paula talks about how she really didn't feel prepared and she thought she was going to be in the bottom 2.
Odd.
Yeah. We'll talk about it when we get to Untucked, because there's a whole moment. But yeah, I thought Paula did great. Viñas.
Now this was sad.
She starts as Kris Aquino, who is dubbed the Queen of all media of the Philippines. And she's the younger sister of a former president and also the daughter of another former president of the Philippines.
Crazy.
So she's like very, very entrenched. She has a lot of like, well, I'll talk a little bit about how I feel about Viñas' performance as Kris, but then halfway through decides to switch to Boy Abunda, who is considered the king of talk of the Philippines. Kris and Boy Abunda are very frequently together on like gossip talk shows and like things like that. So it wasn't out of the realm of possibilities for Viñas to do both characters and make it make sense. And she talks in the workroom about not really knowing which character she should do, so she ends up doing both. And I honestly think had she just stuck to Kris Aquino, she would have won Snatch Game.
Probably. Because she was dominating as Kris, and then her boy Abunda was just like, it was Turd City. Like, it was not good. And I feel like, once again, not characters I'm very familiar with, I feel like in the future we could probably see someone do Boy Abunda and see him done very well.
Yeah.
I feel like Viñas had like a very distinct voice for the character, but I just feel like nothing she said when she switched characters was as impactful as it was as when she was Kris. Honestly, if she had started as Boy Abunda and then like switched to Kris, I think she would have stood a better chance. I'd also like to just point out that you can see Rufa May's boobs in both pictures, and on one of them she has a mole.
Is that one of the moles from
from
Charo?
The mole throwing made me like laugh.
Gag. Honest to God, I wish that once she realized Boy Abunda wasn't going well, I wish she had just switched back.
That would have been so
I
funny.
would not have been mad. I really would not have been mad if she had just switched back.
Me neither.
Because her Kris was so good. Just like, from the research that I've done, just like the small references that she did. My favorite moment from the entire Snatch Game is when she is referencing a talk show moment where Kris Aquino is literally in an interview and an earthquake happens. And she's like, oh, my vertigo. Like, that was literally my favorite moment of Viñas. Like, my favorite moment of the Snatch Game. Hands down. She just, like, she understood the nuances of Kris Aquino in a way that she just didn't understand with Boy Abunda.
Yeah.
And, like,
sad.
And her volleying with Silhouette, we'll talk about Silhouette here in a second, was interesting. She kind of was
to impede Silhouette.
If we're using volleyball references, she literally just kept spiking balls over too fast for Silhouette to serve them all back to her.
I believe it was Firelord Azula who famously said, yes, we have defeated you from all time. You will never rise from the ashes of your shame and humiliation. Now that's a volleyball reference.
Yes.
For my Avatar fans.
Yes, period.
But yeah, I just think the Kris was brilliant. The Boy Abunda was flop.
Literally. And it put her in the bottom 3.
When she could have had a winning Snatch Game.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever really seen something like this. Where someone does 2 characters and
so bad.
And one of them fucks them over.
So I believe this is the 4th time. I could be wrong. I only remember 3 other times where someone did 2 characters on Snatch Game. The first was Bob, and Bob won. The second was Nina West.
Who should have won.
Nina was high and should have won. And then the third one was the Widow Fondue.
The Window Fondue? Yes, bitch, she might be.
Where she did Ike and Tina, and she was safe. So honestly, we're just going down the list. So the next person that does 2 characters is going to be in the bottom 2
and be eliminated.
But anyway, Silhouette as Dr. Vicki Belo.
I'm sorry. This is the first time I'm seeing the actual image of Dr. Vicki Belo, and now I'm glad to know she is foul and wrong for what she did to this woman.
It is spot on, though.
I'm sorry. Yeah, this was my favorite.
So she is a dermatologist and a TV personality. What's interesting from what I found out, she's technically not licensed as a dermatologist in the Philippines. Like, she didn't do the proper, like, schooling or testing or something like that. So she's technically not a part of, like, the Filipino Dermatology Association, I think is what it's called. Which is interesting. An interesting choice for her. I relate her to someone like Dr. Pimple Popper because she has her own show in the US.
Yes, that's who I was thinking.
I think like very similar characters. This woman, Xilhouete, slayed this.
It was so funny.
Left no crumbs.
And I think she got stronger as the game progressed, whereas a lot of people started strong and went down.
And I think she got stronger as Viñas was trying to fuck her up. Like,
yeah, I feel like Venus stepped on her toes just a little bit too much for my enjoyment. Because once Venus switched to Abunda, Xilhouete really came alive.
Well, so the tea is Abunda and Dr. Vicki Belo have actual beef in real life. So I think that's one of the other reasons that Viñas switched characters was because I think she was hoping that she could rely on that outside beef
to be funny. But instead Xilhouete was the one who played it off really well and made it funny.
Yeah.
Because Venus started serving these insults as boy, and Xilhouete was just slapping them straight back at her.
Yep. Masterful, if you ask me.
Masterful.
Yep. One of my other favorite moments, Viñas straight up calls Xilhouete as Vicki, or as Dr. Belo. Straight up calls her Jigsaw.
It was so funny.
And then, okay, so I don't know if this is just me not knowing this reference, but I found out, thank you, Robin Char, thank you. I found out that the how's your head, you know how RuPaul always says, how's your head?
Haven't had any complaints, yeah.
I found out that that's an Elvira quote.
Did you not know that?
No.
Oh? No, so it's from the Elvira movie.
I've come to find out. I didn't know. And it makes sense, too, because the first time I think Ru does it is when Elvira is a guest judge on Drag Race for the first time.
I haven't had any complaints.
But, should we just talk about the runway?
Yes.
Because I don't remember anything that happened. So we go back to the workroom, and we see what's happening right after Snatch Game. And I was like, what is this?
Bitch, Drag Race Philippines put in the race in Drag Race.
Literally. I mean, not as much as UK Season 3, but still.
Oh, I was going to say not as much as Elliot with 2 T's.
Not that. LED, I put the D in diamond. I don't remember the rest of her words, but that's...
LED, put the D in diamond. 8 count. Cat. Crunchy dip. And crank. Donkey kick.
Literally, it's up, down, crank.
Donkey kick. Twirl, crunchy dip.
And another crunchy dip.
Oh, God bless you, LED.
God bless this runway. Let's talk about category is Ru-velation. I had to bring up the judges. First of all,
Jiggly ate everyone up.
Who? Jiggly?
Jiggly.
Yeah. What the fuck is Pow wearing?
I don't know, but she looks like a Pokemon.
No, don't do that. Because someone else puts another Pokemon look. Yes, we'll talk about it. It wasn't great, but it's the first Pokemon reference we've ever had on Drag Race, so let me enjoy it. Girl. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck Pow is wearing, but I don't enjoy it because there's literally no shape. Jiggly 8, Khaled Karen 8, and then the guest judges are John Santos and BJ Pasquale.
John is so short.
I know.
They are all tiny.
Literally, because if you think Jiggly is a short a short woman.
Yeah. But then again, like, most Filipinos are short people.
Yeah. Anyway.
Whereas, like, I like to believe I'm tall, and then if I ever go to the Netherlands, I'm going to get humbled.
Yeah. So, the photos this week are crunchy. Sorry, y'all. The Drag Race Philippines Instagram only posted one of the 2 looks per person.
Boom, boom, come like
So, we're going to start with Brigiding Ding Ding. Elise.
Hey, I love
really?
This. Yes, I thought this was a really good 2-in-1 look, and I'm sorry that if anyone didn't like this, but I thought it was really well done. It's classy, it's elegant, it's not what I would have expected from Brigiding, but I thought she looked wonderful.
I thought this was fine. I thought this was perfectly lovely. I agree with what they said. It was, like, I knew what the reveal was going to be. Like, yeah. I knew what it was going to be. I think the look itself is fabulous, but for this 2-in-1 runway category, I was whelmed by the actual 2-in-1. And that's how I feel about most people in this category. So, yeah, my scores are going to be a little low this week on a whole. I agree with Pau. I was a little disappointed in this runway. With everything considered, I'm going to give Brigiding Ding Ding a 75.
I'm going to give this a 90 because I think she looks wonderful.
All right.
And I can't believe how British I said when I said 90 just then.
Not
also, just a side note, did we see that fucking absolutely fucking terrible video posted by Drag Race Italia with the pit crew like dancing all out of time on a green screened main stage?
Anyway. Marina Summers.
Is there a cat flap here because her pussy was out?
I'm running away.
It was giving pussy cunt at the gig. One thing I appreciate about Drag Race Philippines, and sorry Marina that I'm talking about the literal stage during your look, is I love that the stage changes every week because it's got LED walls.
Yeah, I really like that as well. Yeah, this is basic as fuck. Sorry, Marina. I love you. I think you're fabulous. This is basic as fuck.
I like the second dress.
I think the second dress is cute, but it's literally the same dress in a different fabric.
But her vagina was warmer.
Honest to God, if the second dress had just been longer, I think I would have been fine.
Well, guess what, Mimi?
It wasn't.
Anyway, my cup's at a 60.
I'm going to also give Marina a 60, unfortunately. Face and mug, though? B.
Lovely gal.
Lovely gal, as always. As always. Minty Fresh.
I can't believe I'm about to score Minty this low.
I agree with you.
Okay, I'm going to start with the positives. I like this wig.
The wig?
I'm going to move on to the rest of the outfit.
The wig is fierce.
Yeah, the dress, it was just all a bit frumpy. It was the Alyssa Edwards camera dress of dresses. It was, I'm holding the ugly dress, and now I'm walking in the ugly dress. I think this the metallic pink clashes with the gold a little bit. You can do metallic pink and you can do rose gold and make it look classy. But like the leggings underneath and the black belt, it's all just a bit, and it doesn't go with the hair. It's just, there's a lot happening here, and none of it is making sense. I'm not getting a reference to anything. I'm not getting a reverence for anything. I'm not, and maybe I'm missing something as a Westerner, but
I don't think you are.
Overall, this was just hideous. Yeah.
Let's start with my positives. I think this color, this rose gold mixed with the gold glove, I think that looks fabulous on men. I love this color story, minus the wig. Hate the wig. The wig needs to go away forever. The wig never needs to come back. Just get rid of the wig. Or restyle the wig. or something. Just like, I don't want to see this wig ever again.
I'll take it.
The fabric of the pre-reveal, this like chain fabric, I thought was cute. This is too many ideas put together, and it's just bad.
Do you remember what Brigiding's character was called in the pageant?
Oh God, Miss the tacky one.
I was trying to get the Filipino version of it, but yeah, Minty was giving Miss Tacky.
I'm curious, how low are you scoring this?
I'm giving this a 20.
I'm also giving it a 20.
I was tempted to give it a 30, and then I remembered how much I hate a majority of the details, so I was like, actually, you know what? No.
I'm giving her a 20 based on the fact that I like rose gold on her skin, and the mug looks good. That's literally it. So, love you, Min. You know it wasn't your week, but we love you. Nonetheless.
None the fucking lace.
Let me enjoy this, you fucking bitch. Precious Paula Nicole finally, and I understand most of it is because of American copyright law, and I understand, but Paula doing the first ever Pokemon runway on Drag Race, I am appreciative of the fact that we have finally had a Pokemon runway on Drag Race. Is this great? Not
no.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. I like both looks individually. I prefer the first look, the Evie look. I think it captures, like, if she had said nothing about what it was, I probably would have gone to Evie as maybe my second or third idea. The Flareon look, I'm not in love with, but I think she looks good in. I just wish there were more references to Flareon specifically beyond just the color palette. But I think overall this is a perfectly lovely look from Precious Paula Nicole.
So I don't like the Evie outfit. I like it from like the waist up when she has like the fur shawl and she has like the big wig and the like ear tufts. The dress she wore for Evie, there's just like a mixture of clothes in it that don't read Evie. I wish it was like more of a felt dress with fur trimming.
Mm-hmm.
And then she probably could have done a slicker reveal with that. I don't mind the Flareon look. I love this hair on Paula. I think the braids look really sickening on her.
Are these not the same braids that she wore in her promo?
No, because the braids she wore on her promo were pink.
T.
But yeah. And we learned a few things since then. But
yes.
I think the Evie dresses are really... not Evie, the Flareon dress is really cute. I do have a wish there was more grandiosity to it. I think the second look in a reveal should be a bit cooler than the first reveal. Even though I say that as someone who did a number recently where my reveal was tearing my skirt off and then ripping the skirt in half in front of the audience.
And then later having the skirt put back over your body.
Yeah.
Work, Eva.
She's dead. Follow me on Instagram if you want to watch that video.
It's the same as your Twitter, right? Eris Envy.
It is, yeah. So at Eris Envy, ERISENVY.
It's been scrolling on the screen the whole time if you've been watching the video version.
That wasn't me telling you what my tag was. That's my Drag Race verse. ERISNENVY. I just
ENVY. But where's your wig?
Where's your wig? Slay Hunty, Mama Ru, I'm coming for the crown.
Yes, the divas are divaing and the hunties are huntying, and I'm here to slay the house down. Love it. Anyway, Paula, I'm giving Paula 75.
I'm giving Paula 60.
That's valid. I want to see, like, I wish for Pokemon, I wish someone had done, like, a 3-stage evolution. And I don't know which one, but I think Nidoqueen would be a really cute concept.
I probably would have gone with Gardevoir because you can...
Gardevoir would be really cute.
You could take the pants off and then have a tutu and then pull a tutu off and the tutu fall into
Right. I think that would be really cute. Or I think you could do Eevee. I don't know that Flareon was like the best choice. I think maybe Umbreon could be a really cute like reveal situation. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Pokemon.
Wait, no, because I want to think of which Pokemon would make great outfits.
Who else?
Oh God, now I'm stuck because you put me on the spot. Except I put you on the spot, but
Bitch where?
Bitch where? We in this bitch. Yeah, I would say the Gardevoir line would be my go-to.
Party would be cute.
Or like, honestly, like there's a few Pokemon lines that I think are severely cunt, and those lines are the Gardevoir line, the Gothitelle line.
I was gonna say Gothitelle was another one I thought of.
Hatterene.
Ooh, yeah.
Just powerful special attack Pokemon that have like feminine forms, essentially.
Powerful special attacking psychic type Pokemon is what Eris is into.
What I'm trying to tell you is I want to be a psychic type gym leader.
Clearly.
Except, like I always said, I would either be poison or fairy.
Normal, haha. Anyway.
You're not normal, you're ordinary.
Viñas. Okay. I want to start with the positives. I have never seen a dress reveal out of a wig before. And so I don't know if that's a thing that happens regularly and I just haven't seen it, but I gagged at the actual logistics of this reveal. Everything is shit, but I loved the actual logistics of the reveal.
I want to know, why did she transform from Jamila at Pride to the Nan from Benidorm? Oh, fuck you, bitch. That was funny.
It was funny.
Jamila at Pride. Like, look at her.
But
yeah, Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means Jinx looked in the mirror and went, yeah, I could do some work.
Yeah, I think the first look is fine.
The second look is atrocious.
The second look is I am serving you an adequate garment made of materials that is on my body.
Yeah.
It's honestly like, it literally echoes her Snatch Game. The first look is pretty good and the second look is shit.
Yeah. This is sad because I don't think like we're seeing the same Viñas we saw in the first couple of episodes.
No,
I remember being
it's
so
starting
excited.
to get head a little bit, and I'm not thrilled about that.
When we first started, I was like so into Viñas, and now I'm just like, eh. Like if Viñas had gone this week, I don't think I would have been peeved.
I would have been sad because I like her, but we're starting to see more of her like bitchiness.
And also like her weaknesses as far as drag's concerned.
Yeah. With that being said, I'm gonna give Viñas a 65.
That's bold. I'm giving Viñas a 25.
Oh
but I would like to add that like we have known from the start that Viñas was gonna be the shit stirrer. Like she made that abundantly clear in the Meet the Queens.
Yeah.
As did Corazon, and we saw. And I'm hoping Viñas could turn her trajectory around on the show and like start winning again.
Yeah.
Because I think even though like she does come across as bitchy, I still think she's funny a lot of the time. I just feel like these past 2 episodes, maybe 2 or 3 episodes, maybe she's been bitchy, but there hasn't been a funny side to it as much.
Yeah. Silhouette, I need to get rid of our logo. So sorry, Silhouette. Silhouette did a 3-in-1, starting as doing a little Tina Turner, revealing to a dress that's not Tina Turner, revealing to another dress that shows her punani.
Yeah, there was a cat flap in this look because her pussy got out.
Yeah, I thought this was one of the better looks.
Agreed. I think each of the looks individually was strong. I mean, the last dress was a little simple, but it still had that signature Silhouette flair to it. What I love about Silhouette is she does these structured things with nude illusions, where it kind of just looks like the fabric is floating on top of her body, which I think is really fucking sick.
Yes.
And like, but individually, the first 2 looks could really stand alone, and then like the third look, I mean, it probably couldn't stand alone on a drag race runway, but at a gig, everyone's telling her she looks wonderful if she wore this. So yeah, slay.
Yeah, I appreciated that they're literally 3 different looks, 3 different silhouettes, 3 different hair. Well, kind of
silhouettes.
I thank you for acknowledging my pen. Yeah, I kind of just wish her pussy was a little more covered in the third one, but like otherwise, I think it's cute. I'm gonna give Silhouette a 90.
I'm gonna give her a 90.
Eva Le Queen doing what Bimini failed to do.
In a wig from Art Simone. No, I'm kidding.
Literally Art Simone wig and Bimini Bamboo lash dress.
I love that this is... Oh, did Robin Char explain what the MMDA art reference was? Because I didn't catch that.
I think it's a museum in the Philippines.
Yeah, but this does remind me of like the Alexander McQueen bionic paint look, which is what Bimini was also referencing.
Yes.
I love the hair. I love the sculpted updo. I think this makeup is like seriously stunning. And I love that the purple on the lips literally matches the paint. Like that is so fucking clever. Yeah. I thought this was really, truly brilliant. It's possibly one of the best Eva Le Queen looks.
Yes.
And I'm gonna say it. Eva Le Queen has had some of the best looks these seasons, and it's nice that she's finally getting recognized for it.
I agree.
I'm not gonna beat around the bush.
MMDA is the Metropolitan Manila Development Authority.
Work.
So, yeah, I love that the colors of the wig are then referenced in the dress. I thought everything here is just so smart and well done.
She's a clever bitch.
And I'm happy that the paint reveal actually worked.
Bimtony.
My cup is full.
With your fucking bowling ball hair. Yeah, my cup is full. Actually, no. My cup is overflowing.
Okay. I'm going to stick with full. So. We go to the critiques. Pau is very disappointed in everybody's performance on the runway.
Pau basically says, "Oh, the Snatch Game was good, but on the runway you were terrible."
Terrible. Yeah, I mean, she's just like, this is Drag Race Philippines. Step your pussies up. And I didn't think she was wrong.
No.
But
it's been a long time since we've had a lecture about the entire runway being bad, though.
I know. We got Precious Paul and Nicole being safe, which I think was correct.
Odd. Like, I think it was correct, but like, I just did not expect this of Drag Race Philippines.
Oh, a one safe situation?
No, I didn't expect them to make Paula safe.
Who did you think should have been safe?
No, I just thought they would have had like all of them on stage and been like, Paula, you're in the top as well.
That's what we're talking about the same thing, just different things. Because when I asked the one safe thing, I meant having only one person safe and not giving her critique.
It's a bit weird, yeah.
We're saying the same thing, everybody. But
I'm a margarita senorita, feeling fruity at the beach. On some love, and everyone is peachy keen.
We go to Untucked. We're gonna break to Untucked really quick because things actually happen. Paula's back there by herself, and she's just like bored. So they like crossfade sections of her being bored, and then she starts sweeping, which I thought was so funny. And then they let her behind the camera. They fully like give her a camera, and she starts recording. Which I thought was so fun and cute.
RuPaul's Blog Race.
Precious Paula Nicole's Drag Race. But then she's kind of sitting before the other girls come in, and she's having this like soliloquy moment where she's like, I really thought I was going to be in the bottom. I was not confident with my performance. And also talks about how she wasn't really all that prepared for Drag Race. Like, her sister had to lend her money to like complete everything, and then she ran out of money. So like a lot of what she brought were like things she already had, but just like further embellished. And I was like, of all people to admit that they weren't super prepared for Drag Race, the last person I would have expected was Paula.
I think if the people I think were probably most prepared for Drag Race, I'm going to say Brigiding.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Eva Le Queen and Marina. Those are the three that I get the energy of being the most prepared. Least prepared, I mean, we now know Paula. I feel like Corazon maybe wasn't as prepared. I feel like... No, I feel like Prince... Actually, I'm going to say this. I feel like Prince had a very good package for Drag Race, as we've seen what Prince was going to wear.
I think Turing did as well. I think Turing was pretty prepared. But when we go back, everybody comes back into Untucked. Brigiding is frustrated and starts like crying a little bit. And I really appreciate it. Marina straight up is just like, because on the runway, again, the judges are like, well, Brigiding, like, you're one of the most popular queens outside of here. So, like, yada, yada, yada. Marina's like, why are we putting her on this pedestal if it's not benefiting you? Like, basically calls out the judges and is like, you shouldn't be put on this pedestal because you're so well known outside of this. And I was like, thank you, Marina. I really appreciated this from Marina. Viñas kind of apologizes to Xilhouete a little bit for like being kind of throwing her the Snatch Game. Yeah. Just a little bit. And then Minty gets a message from her mom, her nanny, who she's had since like before she was born, and her sister, which was a really cute moment. And then Xilhouete also gets a video from her partner and has like...
Who is very attractive, by the way.
Yes. Has a full breakdown. Like,
she gets to see her chihuahua.
She was like, my chihuahua's been through so many exes, but like, I love him. And I'm
I am your chihuahua.
Yes. And then Viñas doesn't want to have to lip sync against Brigiding Ding Ding. Because, you know, he does. But anyway, that's Untucked for you. We go back to the main stage, and after 2 weeks of high critiques, Xilhouete finally wins a fucking challenge!
Thank fuck for that.
I know.
What took you so long, Mama Pal?
That part. So she wins. We have a bottom three of Brigiding Ding Ding, Minty Fresh, and Viñas Deluxe, with a bottom two of Minty and Brigiding Ding Ding. I agree.
Bring it on, darlings. I am your bright star.
Yeah, I agreed with the bottom two. Like, we've kind of been talking about all episode. This was, like, the very obvious bottom.
Yeah, there was no one else that was going to be in the bottom two. And I was worried because I didn't really want to lose either of these two. No.
So they lip sync to a song that has been on my shuffle since this episode came out. Macapagal by Meme Entrada. Words are hard. This song, fierce as fuck.
Yes. It was getting hunty just a little.
This lips, like, so the title of the song roughly translates to, like, I'm extra. Which, like, sure. This lip sync, phenomenal. I would go as far... I would say maybe best lip sync so far. It's very close. It's very close with a couple of others.
But you know what? I don't think we've had many bad lip syncs this season. The only one, like, I think that I didn't really enjoy all that much was maybe Xilhouete versus Gigi. Just because I felt like Gigi did too much, whereas Xilhouete took it.
I think I would agree. I think that's the only one that I didn't, like, love.
Yeah. It wasn't bad by any means.
No.
But I'm enjoying the current Drag Race trend of giving us good lip syncs all season. Thank you.
I know. Like, I'm here for it. Give me more good lip syncs. I want to see good lip syncing. So it's a double save.
Yay!
Minty technically gets the win for the lip sync, and Brigiding is told it's basically like the Bendel creme effect from season 6. She's basically like, I want to see more out of you. We know that there's more that you can deliver.
Yeah.
Who, if you could only pick one person, who won this lip sync for you?
That's a question.
I know it is.
I don't know, because I feel like I have really bad Brigiding bias and I want to say Brigiding, but I don't know if that's the honest answer.
I mean, my answer would be Minty. Unfortunately, I think her performance was a little bit more nuanced, and Brigiding had the energy, but I felt like the energy wasn't always properly directed, I guess is the right word for it. Yeah.
Did you know that Disasterina was born in 1970?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Anyway, we're not talking about Dragula this time.
I've reached the stage of tired where one of my eyes is opened more than the other.
Yeah.
Yay.
But yeah, no one goes home. I'm fine with it. It did seem a little bit like a big fuck you to touring, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I really wish they'd used the double save on touring, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, then they would have had to create another character for the pageant, which, like, oh no, another character in the pageant. Like, oh, boo-hoo. Like, I don't know. But that's episode 6, Drag Race Philippines. We're nearing the end. We only have a month left.
Only a month.
Yep. And then by then, we will have so many other drag programs to talk about. It's not even funny.
I want to ask our viewers really quick, because we do get like quite a lot of viewers on our Drag Race Philippines videos.
Which we appreciate. Thank you so much.
Thank you, viewers, and thank you for your lovely comments about me, especially. I'm not saying I love the attention, but anyway, what I want to know is
attention.
Yeah. Who should we be watching out for that might be on season 2 of Drag Race Philippines?
Ooh.
Because I want to know. I want to start following people. So drop names, drop ats, tell us a little bit about them. And if you're a Filipino drag artist, also drop your Instagram in the comment section. I'd love to give you a follow from my Instagram.
Period. Yes, let us know. We wanna know all the people. And with that, we're gonna leave because tired. Bye.
Papa fate, I'm beautiful. Papa fate, da 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 da. Da, 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 da,
I'm a go-getter. Da, 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 da.